war kills. It kills men, women, children, kills life. But finally, it kills history if you do not culture it. In both sides of the aisle today, in India and Bangladesh, I don't think we're culturing the history, remembering the history, documenting and recording history in the correct way. We have to put in a lot of effort. Other than that, history will not pardon us. Within 23 years, father of the nation, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, gave a clarion call to the people of Bangladesh to rise with whatever you have. That's guerrilla warfare. And then followed this up by greatest genocide in world history, one of the greatest genocide. In world history, two genocides have been documented. One is 1B Resolution 1944. Nazi Germany prepared the documentation in a place called 1B, 45 kilometers away from Berlin, secretly. It was recorded down final extermination of the Jews. And in Bangladesh, Yahya Khan ordered for another document called Operation Searchlight, by which genocide started. It was all documented, but with code words in between. They followed it up till the end. We fought against the Pathans, the Mughals, the Baluch. And you must be knowing of the peasant revolution of Bengal and the sacrifice of Khudiram, Prafullo Chaki, Pritulata Wadyadar, Master Surya Sen, Titumir, Shamsher Ghazi, Haji Shariatullah. Everybody was a warrior. They didn't go through the pages of history. I get scared at times. When I talk to students in India, in many universities and colleges, many of them don't know much about 71. That was a long time away. And many of the students in Bangladesh are in the same lift actually. We have to teach the people of these two children, these two countries' children. We had a 71, the period we love and period we sacrificed, period of glory. It is men against evil animals in human form. That's what we have to understand. They didn't want to give a democracy. They wanted a military rule under the cover of some election. And the election will be controlled by the military. And Mujib is a very poor man. He doesn't have the money. So Mujib will only get a handful of seats. But then we saw that in the Provincial National Assembly, he got a massive mandate. And he demanded Yahya Khan to hand over the power to the parliament immediately. Yahya Khan called his disciples after making 2 visits to Bangladesh. On 16th of January 1971, he called for ISI and some selected defense officers and conspired, told them that I like to go for bird shooting. Tell the media we're going for bird shooting. In the disguise of bird shooting on 17th of January 1971, red letter day, 3 helicopters filled up with these people flew to Larkana. How do I know? Because I was one of the Pakistan officers, nothing is unknown. They conspired, made a plan for Operation Searchlight. And they said, we as military, we should follow the past precedents. Previously, Baluchis wanted equal rights. We have crushed Baluchi rebellion. By whom? By Tikka Khan. How? By stopping all movement of foreign journalists. Send Punjab regiments and do massacre to them. Baluchis have surrendered, so Bengalis will surrender. And then they decided that we have to change their demography. There are too many numbers. So once we start killing in the deep villages, they'll all run away to India. And there they'll be hungry. They'll start looting here and there. People of India will kill them. BSF army will kill them. So let them die. They had a plan of operation 4 years. In that the population will become less than the West Pakistani population. And these people are going to be dead. What's our problem? Will be very, and then you might ask me, That was the rape of women in Bangladesh planned? Of course it was planned, because they said that our soldiers will have to stay in Bengal for 3.5 to 4 years. They will have physical needs. Their families will be in West Pakistan. Families cannot be taken to East. For what reason? Reason that it's an operational area. So what we'll do? In Karachi airport and seaport, lakhs of soldiers will be ordered to sit down. And in front of them will be regimental Maulana Huzurs, the preachers. And they will tell the soldiers that you are going for jihad. Why it's a jihad? Because Islamic Republic of Pakistan is being attacked by the non-religious Mujib people and other religion people. So we are declaring this as a jihad. In the field of jihad, you can kill people, there will be no gunah, there will be no sin. For your physical need, if you rape and murder women, there will be no trial for you. And soldiers will be happy. And looting will also be allowed. And commanding generals will stand beside them and told them there will be no court-martial. So the rape was legitimized. Why do I say so? I think 5 lakh women were raped in 71. And among them, many were raped and killed. Not a single soldier was tried. They say they killed 3 million people. Not a single officer or soldier was tried. How do I know? Dying Pakistani subedars and soldiers told us this story. Commanding officer साहब ने ये बोला, ये jihad है. You do rape in jihad. Then they also planned for what will happen to the lakhs of newborn children. They are fathered by Pakistani soldiers. Should we kill them on birth? Decision was that no, you'll not kill them. They'll be asset to us. Bengal will be ruled by our bastard children because they look like us, not the kala kala chota chota Bengali. Very important. They will be ruled by our bastard children, will support them. So, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib knew about this. In his 7th March speech, which is included in the Memory of the World of UNESCO documentation, he called for freedom. Why? And before that he said, they came, they had meetings with us, and the meetings lasted for 5.5 hours. Then they go back to Karachi and make conspiracy against us. He knew. So he had to do it today or tomorrow. So he called people to resist. Being with the Indian people during the war and a part of the war also, I understood one thing, that it was not for capturing a land. It was not for any benefit. The human factor became important. People of India, by and large, rose in favor of the refugees. 98 lakhs, 99,305 refugees were staying in camps all around the border. And not a single refugee died of hunger. The first onslaught was taken by the local people, and the sympathy rose all over. So all people of India, all segments of people, they knew the atrocities. They knew the genocides. And the popular leaders had to listen to the voice of the people. And also, the Indian soldiers also were highly charged and highly motivated. That is the reason you think that about 3 lakh Indian soldiers went into Bangladesh in total. Can you imagine? Nowhere in the world history it has happened. Even in the peacekeeping operations, soldiers rape and murder. Every country soldiers do. Because their physical needs, number one, they are young. Not a single case of murder. Indian army entered, let's say, final offense started 21st of November, officially from 3rd of December. They all left on 17th of April. Last soldier left. Not a single case of rape, not a single case of murder. That's the glory. But one thing, let me tell you one thing. They went out with all the blessing and goodwill of the people. No conquering army had the history of being so disciplined and decent. This is what your new generation of Indian citizens should learn from. These concept of humanity in your soldiers is a positive trend coming out from their families actually. A soldier comes from his family. In the family, they were taught, educated to treat their other women's mothers and children like their own sisters and mothers. That's what. Number two, in their training academy, they were trained in the same motivation. Number three, in the battlefield, their commanders taught them the same thing. So this matters. Discipline. Not discipline only by saluting, of the heart and mind. That's what operated with them. So, but then this aspect that you discuss is not internationally known much. And how did it develop? It developed through the bondage of blood actually. I have seen the scenes which very few people have seen. I have seen the massive dead bodies of Indian soldiers in every battlefield, and the common villagers hugging them, carrying them with their tears in their eyes, as if their own family members have died. And they know they are dying for them. The wounded Indian soldiers and the Mukti Bahini boys, imagine 28 days training. A lot of people in many places, they say, what will they fight? Well, you never fight with your rifle. You fight with your heart and mind. They fought. They lacked tactics. They lacked handling of weapons. They didn't have sophisticated weapons, but they had the desire to get killed. And that's the reason the relationship grew in the battlefield. And that's the reason no Indian soldier ever felt they have come to a foreign land. This is my brother's land. This is very important. The great victory of 71 should be taught everywhere in Bangladesh and India to the new generation, because we shouldn't let this history go away. Every lesson that was taught to the soldiers, they implemented it in the battlefield. That's very important. Number three, the character building of the soldiers should continue. Let new generation of Indians understand that they have the finest army in the world, because this is the most battle-inoculated army in the world. They have fought in so many campaigns and sacrificed, never bowed down. In 48 in Kashmir, in 62 in Chinese border, in 64 Run of Kutch war, 65 India-Pakistan war, 71 liberation of Bangladesh, and all the peacekeeping operations internationally and the Operation Sri Lanka. So much of battle experience they have. So this experience will make them into very good soldiers, and the future is bright for them. Let people of India stand beside their soldiers in the time of need, like they stood in 71. Whole of India stood beside their soldiers, supporting them every way. And that's the reason the morale goes high. You don't fight with your weapons, you fight with your morale, with your height, and should be for a just cause. If you are an invader, if you are a group of soldiers who molest, loot, and kill, your soldiers will never follow you. My commander, when he surrendered, told me, I lost my command totally. Nobody was listening to me, because he lost his character. So he lost the war. We all fight with our heart. So finally, I say that we live with the best of neighborly relationship between two countries, with the history of 71 with our heart. Let history say so, that together we won victory.
you.